Okay, it's 4:03. So I'll call the Monday, December 18th meeting of the Davenport Housing Commission meeting together. First, we'll do a quorum. Joyce?
Here.
Gary?
Here.
I see you, but I think you're here. And
Jake could be in question.
okay, physically, you're here.
Both.
And myself, Matt. So we have a quorum here. Our first order of business, as usual, is the minutes from the November meeting. I'll ask if anyone has any corrections, questions, or additions. And if not, I'll ask one of you two to make a motion to approve these. If you don't have any of those above.
I'll make a motion to approve the last meeting.
Second.
Great. It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes for the November meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those pass. Next, we'll go on to the financial reports for the month of November. Same thing. I'll ask if there's any questions, corrections, or additions.
I had sent an email to Malaya in regards to this, and she's going to do some checking on what my questions were and have an answer for us.
Okay. Were you working on Sunday, Malia? I saw.
I was.
Jeez.
We were in training for the last couple of weeks, and so kind of got behind.
Oh.
So stay ahead of.
I saw the timestamp on it, and I thought, gosh, I hope she takes her weekend off. But
I try every once in a while. She does. Some things that had to be taken care of.
okay.
We've got a lot of changes coming soon, so
Okay. Well, anyway, I happened to see it Sunday afternoon, I guess, and I thought, wow, I'm watching football and you're doing office work. Okay, so Joyce, you got you're satisfied with.
Well, like I said, Malia said she would check on the figures and check with finance and get everything all in order.
I saw your question. Yes, you were working on Sunday too. As I saw yours also. So. Okay, if nobody has anything, I'll ask for a motion to approve those.
I make a motion that we approve the financials of our last meeting.
Okay, I will second it on the provision of waiting for answers on questions.
Is that okay with you, Gary?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve these with the conditions that some further questions be answered. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those pass with the conditions. And third is the occupancy report. Down by 10, I see. Malia.
And Kelly, feel free to chime in. So I was just completing a questionnaire to HUD because HUD, we do report on our utilization, and we did notice that there were quite a few vouchers that end up participated in October and November. I know we had some VASH vouchers that we were being billed for, and they were absorbed by another housing authority. We had a couple. 6 of them. Okay, 6 of those. And then we had, 2 participants, 2 pass away. So we had 2 deceased participants. So we lost about 15 vouchers in November. We lost 13 vouchers in October. And that's 28 vouchers. It's huge. So that affected our utilization, and that also affected how much our housing assistance payments were. So they were significantly less than the funding that HUD provided for us.
But we've still got plenty on the waiting list too.
That is correct. And so with that being the case, and I don't want to, talk without us providing you with additional data. I know that we are looking at some things to present to the commission in January to give you an update on the status of the program. And that would include how many vouchers that we currently have open, how many vouchers that we have utilized, and how we plan to increase our utilization over the course of the next year, including some changes to our administrative plan.
Okay.
But because those changes have not yet been, we're still working with NAMA-K, who's our professional consulting company and referred by HUD. We are working to get those updates put into our administrative plan, and then provide that information to you at the next Housing Commission in a PowerPoint format.
Why do you need a consultant? Why can't HUD guide you through these things?
Okay.
Next.
I mean, I just wondered why I can.
So the administrative plan is what you would consider your standard operating procedure for your program. It is very lengthy. Most administrative plans are well over 150 pages, right? So it's very descriptive in our fair housing practices and our waitlist practices, eligibility, screening, how we complete our renewals and our interims. Basically, your day-to-day operating procedural manual is our standard operating procedure. HUD gives you some things that you must put into your administrative plan, but there are a lot of things that you as a housing authority have discretion to put into your administrative plan. And myself and Kelly and Amy and Mike, our staff, got together for a week and worked with a consultant to make sure that our administrative plan is in compliance with the regulations for HUD and the things that we have the ability to control, like the bedroom size, the voucher size, the payment standard. All of those things are put into our administrative plan, in addition to several other things. And so we worked extensively to make sure that it was up to date, that it was current, and that it protected us as a housing authority. And it updated the inspections. It updated numerous things that we, and it allows us to update some of our internal policies as well, which is something that we needed to be looking at. It hadn't been looked at in several years. So it's an administrative plan needs to be updated pretty frequently. I've only been here a year, but it's something that moving forward, they gave us the framework to continue to update it every year, to review it and update it every year. As you know, HUD comes out with new regulation very frequently. We've got HOPMA, which Housing Opportunity Act. So it's a new change. It changes some of the ways we conduct interims, some of the ways that we conduct inspections. So it alters some of the things that we'd had in place before. So you have to have a pre-HOPMA plan, which is your current administrative plan, and then you have to have a HOPMA plan, and then you have to have an action plan for your HOPMA plan. So there's a lot, it's very layered. It's a lot of layers to this. But to answer your question, we need HUD's input, but HUD provides the guidance out there on the internet, but doesn't really give you a good pathway to get there. So then you hire a consultant, which works with you one-to-one to get you, to make sure that you are meeting HUD guidance.
Okay, where'd you find this consultant?
They came referred by our HUD technical rep, highly referred. They work very closely with the headquarters in DC. And so they're very renowned. We've done some training. We did some HCV specialist training with them back in May for 5 days. And then we did the admin plan training, and then we did Inspire training, which is our new inspection module that we will be transitioning to in 2024.
What's an inspection module?
So we currently do HQS, Housing Quality Standard inspections. HUD is revamping the entire inspection. Okay, so it's going to be a whole entire new process of what you're looking at. It's going to be a point system and not just something passed, something failed. It's going to be more of a point system. Okay, so it's pretty in-depth of training, and the inspections are going to be. So they're just basically just updating, you know, I think they've been doing HQS, Housing Quality Standard, for, 20, 30 years. So I think they're just looking at, looking at it in a different view, other than just basically if it's broken, fix it.
When might this new system get started?
I believe it's October of 2024.
Why so far away?
Because they have to get everybody trained that does, I suppose within the United States, everybody that works for these programs, Section 8 programs, any inspector and anybody that does the inspection.
Why not, if Davenport is ready to do it, why can't we start it sooner rather than later?
Because I believe that's when HOTMA is going to make it effective.
Yes. So what happens is that our software system is not in compliance right now. So while we are working to get trained so that we can ensure staff is trained, we also have to ensure that our software system has transitioned over to the new Inspire. And so we're working with MRI. MRI pretty much runs the market for housing software. They own 80% of the market. So we use Happy, and Happy is working now with HUD to get our forms switched over. Our anticipated start date will be October 1st, 2024, when we are mandated. We also, that's one reason. The other reason is that HUD is still working through some changes with Inspire. It's very, very new. They're working to get people trained, but even the trainers are telling us things may change along the way, right? And so as things are changing, we're trying to update staff, keep everybody abreast of what is going on before they officially roll it out. So right now, that's the official start date, is October 1st, 2024. That could change to January 2024. It could be July of 2025. We just wanted to get staff trained first because training was filling up very, very quickly. And so we opted to do that part first, but we are still at the mercy of the software company and them getting their software system changed over so that we can start seeing what the new forms will look like, how much time it will take to fill out, what the
we haven't even been able to even look at the software, but to be honest, there's some few changes, but it's, you have like cracks in the cement or something like that that may be different, but our quality is still the same. There's still certain things that have to pass for inspections.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of that came to light and came into question with the collapse of 324 Main Street.
Right. But we're not building inspectors.
Right. Well, same type. I don't know if they're changing. They follow HUD guidelines, don't they?
I have no idea what a building inspector.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know what their guidelines are.
We don't know. I have no idea what their guidelines are. I've never been through their training. I don't know. We are mandated by HUD to follow the HQS inspection checklist, which is not, now it's more extensive than it had been in the past, but was basically a check the box type checklist. So, But yes, we will be rolling this out once it is officially adopted by HUD, and we know that we can utilize the software system because we have no way of entering it into our system at this point.
This HOTMA, is that an administrative thing that HUD is starting, or is that a legislative thing? What?
It is an administrative, actually, when it passed in Congress in 2016, and it actually took them 7 years to put it together. Imagine that, right? Yeah. So, and then they're still trying to roll it out. But it essentially, what it does is change some of our internal policies and how we do re-exams, right? So when a participant, they have 120 days out, we are preparing to do their re-examination for the program. And there are certain things that will be put in place that are a little bit more stringent, deadlines that have to be met on our side, where we would have one set deadline because it was an internal policy. That's like, no, everyone is doing it this way. So those types of changes internally, we will have to review some of the things that we do and modify those days. But that is put into an action plan that we will submit to HUD. I will provide, because it has to go out for public opinion in February, so that will be something that the commission, again, everything will be provided to you in advance. It's something that we're working through right now, so that it has to go out to public opinion for 45 days before we can submit it to HUD for approval.
What does that HUTMA stand for again?
Oh, housing opportunity. I can't figure out the last word. It's a little long. I can email it to you. I'll put a note to email it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember here.
Yeah, I remember saying it a few times, but.
Okay, I don't think we actually voted on the occupancy report yet. We kind of got sidetracked there. So I'll ask if there's no other discussion or questions on that.
I'm just going to answer that real quick. It's
sure.
Housing Opportunity Through Moderation Act.
There you go. Housing opportunity through, what was it? Thanks, Kelly.
Modernization Act of 2016 is HOTMA.
I always wonder if they dream up the acronym first and put in words, or if they get the words and try to make it into a...
Your guess is as good as mine. That's why I can't remember it. It just doesn't stick for some reason. No, not at all.
Some are easier than others, but...
Maybe draw a picture.
I know it's alphabet soup, but I like to know what they are, so thank you, Kelly.
I make a motion that we approve the utilization report for November.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve the occupancy report for November. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Those pass. Now we'll, consideration items. Anything for us on that?
I apologize because this maybe should have been mentioned as a consideration item. We would like to be able to present to the commission modifications in the administrative plan that will require the approval of Davenport Housing Commission at the next meeting in January, whatever the third Monday in January is.
Well, we'll talk about that because the third
Because it's
Monday
Martin
is a
Luther King.
holiday.
Yeah, holiday, correct, correct.
MLK.
Okay.
Kelly's looking at the calendar as well, so that is all I have for consideration items.
Okay.
January 15th is the third Monday.
Right. Should we go to the 4th, give you a little extra time to get all that stuff together?
The 4th will work for me. Does that work, if that works for everyone else?
That'd be the 20,
22nd.
Okay.
yeah, the 22nd. Wait,
When is the holiday?
January 22nd.
Is that Monday, the 15th?
That's our holiday is the 15th.
Okay.
I have a dentist in the morning, but I'll be free the 22nd, so. Okay. Yeah, why don't you'll have that stuff for us, that's fine.
And then I did have one other question that for the email that I had sent to you, Malia, in regards to those 2 resolutions that had the same numbers.
Yeah, I believe one of them it was by fiscal year. So maybe it's been an oversight, on our part for the numbers. But I don't know what they really mean, if they mean anything. For me, it's just by, fiscal accounting year. So that accounting month, January would be like a 7. August should be a 2, it may have been a 1, but I would have to look at it again.
Okay, because when I was reading them or looking through them, I thought these don't have anything to do with each other, so it was just
Nope.
an oops or something.
No, yeah, I think that it would probably be an error on our part, but,
I didn't know that maybe if one of them, like you said, the fiscal year can,
Mm-hmm.
depends on, I don't know if one of them has to be revised and have a new number given to it, or?
I don't know that the number is significant to any one thing. I can check with Bruce on that. But I don't know that it's significant as much as it is the resolution itself, if there are any discrepancies within the resolution. But I can double check with Bruce and let you know on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I know, I'm sorry, I had to miss that meeting November 30th with the HUD folks. Has there been any resolution to that? Have you heard back from them, or are we doing okay, or?
So our finances are actually perfect on the housing assistance payment side. So what I did is their financial analyst requested several months worth of documents and our financial statements from our accounting department. And they had a week to review, and they said that the finance side is great. On the program side, we were aware, we went into this knowing that there were some things, some corrective actions that we would have to take after the monitoring review. So we were very aware of that, and one of those was updating the administrative plan. They informed me at the time of the review that they would need up to 60 days before they provided us with a corrective action plan. And then they would give us a reasonable period of time to follow up on those actions. So we're 2 weeks maybe since they last since they were last here. So I don't anticipate seeing that until maybe late February, early March. Yeah, and then once we do see it, we will sit down as a staff and just decide, prioritize, and decide what needs to be worked out on.
And most of it was the admin plan.
Correct.
Because our admin plan, I believe, was 12 pages.
Correct. Yes.
And it's now going to be probably 200 to 400 pages.
Yes.
So that's what we spent 5 days working on our admin plan, because that was, we don't have the must-haves and the option of.
Correct.
So it's like what we're doing on an everyday task every day needs to be in a book that says this is what we're doing and this is why we're doing it, to basically break it down. So the majority of, I think, of our fail is going to be that admin plan, because it's something we've honestly needed for probably 30 years, I bet.
Wow.
Yes.
It's significant.
To this extent, for sure.
Your admin plan is significant to how your housing authority operates.
Yes.
It details everything from how you deal with a survivor of domestic violence to how you collect paperwork, how you process paperwork.
Yeah. What paperwork you do.
What paperwork you do,
Right.
who you require to sign paperwork. I mean, it's very extensive.
It's very detailed.
So I hope that answers your question. So yes, we are aware of some things that need to be worked on, but we do anticipate having the report within the next couple of months.
Okay. And that's all stuff you guys do. Let me ask you this. Well, I guess we're kind of between administrators. Do you have much contact with the administration, or you guys pretty much?
Are you talking about city administration, sir?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I think we do. I communicate very frequently. They definitely want to know how we're doing in the monitoring review, if we needed any assistance. I gave them feedback from HUD and let them know what we found out and kind of keep them in the loop of what we intend to do as a department to be in compliance. So yes, they're updated. I think they're updated as needed, because of course, we're a $4.5 million grant, but we're small in comparison to the big city budget. But they are aware and they are concerned. They do have interest in how that is going.
But you're able to do your own thing without, you don't really need, obviously they give you oversight, but you're able to, to pedal your own wheels without somebody, holding you up and pushing you.
Yeah, I feel like we operate very well together. I feel like if I needed something, I could go to the finance department or the city administration department and someone would be able to assist me. Again, I'm fairly new. I've only been in this position for 18 months, but I feel like people are there to help and answer questions that I don't have. But a lot of my work is with our HUD rep because they provide us with the technical support specific to this program.
That's what I would.
So if they strongly recommend something, then I take it back to staff and we discuss it, and Bruce and I discuss it, and we decide if this is something, a path we want to go forward with, or, is this something that we maybe put on the back burner and keep it at a later time. So those are ongoing conversations. So primarily working with our HUD office is who our primary contacts are.
Now, is that a HUD office here in town then, or?
No,
It's Kansas City.
Kansas City is our field office. Yep, that's the region, and they cover Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Nebraska.
Okay, anybody else have anything? Other than that, when
No.
we say January 22nd, 2024.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
So, well, if not, I'll wish everybody happy holidays, and guess we'll see you next year. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion until we adjourn.
Second.
Great. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.